Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Bug Discussions podcast at channel, man. Yo, whatever you want to call it, it is the man J Coops back for another episode of J Coops Clips. And in this episode, man, episode 17, we got to go ahead and talk about the Los Angeles Clippers getting a very, very huge win over the Phoenix Suns last night, where they were up by as many as 37 points, man. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as I mentioned, man, this probably was one of the biggest wins for the Los Angeles Clippers this season in this game against the Phoenix Suns, where they are on a back-to-back. They played the Phoenix Suns last night in Phoenix, but now tonight, the day after, they play the Phoenix Suns again in the Crypto.com arena. So we're going to have round 2 tonight, but it's definitely going to be a lot different. We have a lot of guys out tonight: Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, Russell Westbrook's questionable, and also Zubac is questionable. But as for last night, man, the Clippers got one of the hugest wins, not only of the season, but I'd say in franchise history, when we're talking about how much they were up by. So as I mentioned, man, the Clippers, they were up by 37 points at one point in this game. It was a very, very huge lead, and it really started damn near at the beginning of the game when the Clippers came out red hot, man. I believe they got off to a 9-0 start off the bat. You know, you had Terrence Mann making plays down in the you know what I'm saying, in the fast break, and you also had Paul George, who was heating up in the first quarter, man. Paul George, he is what really got the Clippers off to their hot start, because I believe he had 13 points in the first quarter alone. He hit a really, really tough three over Kevin Durant in the corner. He was just making all types of shots in the first quarter, along with Russell Westbrook, who was making just all type of plays, all hustle plays, man. Like, there was Devin Booker trying to throw it out to Beal. You know, Westbrook intercepted it and got a fast break dunk, you know what I'm saying? So shit like that is really what helps the Clippers go a long way, man. And also for Paul George, man, he hit a really, really tough three in the first quarter over Kevin Durant in the corner. Like, they just could not do anything wrong in the first quarter offensively, you know what I'm saying? And as for defensively, I wouldn't even say the Clippers were really amazing defensively. It was more of just the Suns missing shots that they normally make. And like, I knew this game was going to be a lot different from any other game we played the Phoenix Suns, just due to the fact that Kevin Durant missed his first 2 free throws consecutively. And I was just like, man, I ain't never really, like, I had my girlfriend here. I was like, man, I ain't never seen Kevin Durant miss 2 free throws, you know, like that. So it was just really, really bizarre to see. None of the Phoenix Suns players looked like themselves. Devin Booker was pretty horrendous, missing shots at the rim, just missing all type of, you know, easy shots that they would make normally, you know what I'm saying? Even Bradley Beal was pretty non-existent in this game. But like I said, man, this man Russell Westbrook damn near had a triple-double in the first half, but I believe he did record it, his triple-double, his 199th triple-double of his career, to be exact. He recorded it sometime in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken, but he was really doing everything for the Clippers. In this game alone, man, Russell Westbrook had 16 points, 15 rebounds, and also 15 assists, with 2 steals on top of that. So shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. He was inserted into the starting lineup last night due to James Harden being out, but it ended up paying off big for the Los Angeles Clippers. Also, another key contributor in this game for me personally, for the Clippers side, was Amir Coffey, man. He had 13 points. You know, he finished, you know, he just did his thing, man. He had 2 assists as well. But Amir Coffey, I believe it was sometime, I want to say it was after the second quarter, and he hit 2 back-to-back threes to just keep the momentum going. Like, I just couldn't believe how many shots the Clippers were hitting, but the whole Clippers team, like I said, it just contributed to this win. Terrence Mann with 17 points, Paul George with 23 points. You had Zubac with 17 points and 13 rebounds, Norman Powell actually had somewhat of a subpar game, at least for his standards, but he was still out there, you know what I'm saying? If Norman Powell's out there on the court, the defensive players, man, they know they have to account for him, you know what I'm saying? Norman Powell isn't the type of dude you could leave open even if he is struggling. Like, he shot 33% this game and finished with 10 points, but normally, bro, Norman Powell is a flamethrower, you know what I'm saying? That's one guy you don't want to leave open on the Clippers. But as for the rest of the team, man, like I said, Westbrook with 16, Amir with 13. You also had Bones Highland with 7 points. I believe he hit a 3 and then 2 layups or something like that. I'm not gonna lie, Bones Highland was pretty inefficient in this game, just especially down the stretch when the Clippers actually did. We ended up winning this game by 13 points. It was 105-92. So the Clippers did, you know, kind of blow that lead. But we're going to go ahead and talk about that here in a minute. But as for Amir Coffey, man, he was kind of a key contributor for the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Blowing a 37-point lead and only being up by 7. You know what I'm saying? In the fourth quarter. But Actually, it might have been the third quarter. But either way, man, Bones Highland finished a -10. Just not that great, bro. Just not that great defensively. And offensively, obviously, he had his, his moments. He had a pretty big deep three for the Clippers. I think it was sometime in the second quarter. But other than that, man, it just was not his game. But this wouldn't be a normal Clipper blowout unless we ended up blowing a little bit of the lead. You know what I'm saying? The Suns never got up in this game and the Clippers never trailed. But the Suns did kind of make their way back late. I want to say it was in the third quarter, going into the fourth, man. They got as close as to 7 points from the Los Angeles Clippers, but the Clippers ended up holding out and, just keeping that 10 to 13 point lead for the rest of the game. And yeah, it really did pay off. But honestly, when I was watching this game early in the first half, I was like, there's no way the Clippers can just continue to shoot this hot. And also, on top of that, having the Phoenix Suns just not make shots like they normally do. Like, there were so many, like, if you rewatch this game, you would see so many shots that Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and shit, even Bradley Beal shot that they would normally make, but they just didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just knew this lead wasn't going to, stay 30 for the whole game. But what I didn't want to see on the Clippers side of things was the lead get within 10. And to be fair to the Clippers, it did get within 10, but it wasn't, super worrisome. You know what I'm saying? Because they still ended up pulling this game out. But it did get down to a 7-point lead, which kind of had me, sitting there like, damn, bro, we got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't be out here blowing a 37-point lead right after we just came back from 26 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? So this was a good win for the Clippers. Like I said, they do play them again tonight, so we will see what happens. No Kawhi Leonard, no Paul George, and also no James Harden. But Russell Westbrook and also Ivica Zubac will be questionable for tonight. So this game is just kind of a toss-up. But last night, man, the Clippers should not have won that game. You know what I'm saying? When we're just talking about the lineups. And I'm just blessed that they did, man. Shout out to my Clippers, man. They have been playing amazing basketball the last about 10 games. You know what I'm saying? They are 7-8 in their last 8 games. I mean, yeah, 7-8. What am I talking about? 7-1 in their last 8 games. So they have been hooping lately, man. That's really what you like to see going into the playoffs. Even though we are short Kawhi Leonard, I believe he'll be all right. But hey, man, good game for the Clippers, man. You know what I'm saying? But as for the Phoenix Suns side of things, not a good game from the big three, like I said. Grayson Allen also was struggling, the league's best three-point shooter. So that's how you know the Phoenix Suns are really struggling, when the best three-point shooter in the league, and Grayson Allen, is also struggling. He was 0 of 8 from 3. 0 of 8 from 3. And keep in mind, this is a 46% three-point shooter on the season. And he couldn't get anything to fall. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of just tells you how the night went. But Kevin Durant, 21 points on 36% shooting. Not that great. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Booker shot 9.1%. Let me say that again. 9.1%. And he also finished with 12 points. Terrible game. This might be one of the worst games I've ever seen Devin Booker play, if not the worst game. And then you also had, like I mentioned earlier, Bradley Beal, who was non-existent. He shot 46% from the field, which isn't terrible, and he had 19 points. But for the most part, I just couldn't tell he was out there. You know what I'm saying? Royce O'Neal was a pretty impressive player, though. He finished with 10 points, and he also had 11 rebounds for the Suns. So he was, probably one of the biggest, X factors in this game for the Suns, if there was an X factor. But for the most part, man, the Clippers took care of business and did what they had to do, even though it wasn't even expected, because like I said, 2 of the big 3 was out. It was only Paul George and Westbrook, and those guys have a lot of, chemistry with each other. And also, every time Westbrook does play the Phoenix Suns, or Kevin Durant and specifically, that's how you know Westbrook is about to give it his all, because he really does love competing against a guy like Kevin Durant, who they used to be teammates with. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But overall, like I said, 115-92 victory over the Phoenix Suns for the Los Angeles Clippers, getting this very easy dub, at least in the first half, very easy. And now we are 51 and I want to say, hold on, let me check real quick, 51-28. I believe this tied the 2017 Clippers for one of the best records in franchise history. So that's awesome to see. Hopefully we can get another dub tonight. If not, it is what it is, man. But we whooped the Phoenix Suns ass. That's all I can say. But I really do hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. And for all my Clippers fans out there, man, I know shit can get tough, but man, make sure y'all stay enjoying the basketball season. You know what I'm saying? We only got 4 games left. Just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I try to tell Clippers fans this season is just admire and just appreciate the team we have now, because regardless of the Clippers win a chip or not, bro, we've never had a team this stacked. You know what I'm saying? With guys like this. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my Clippers, man. But until next time, man, peace out.
In the jungle like I'm Conan, count up with both hands, switch the flow like it was broken. I'm on the road, man, making plays just like DeRozan. I shoot my shot, and that shit wetter than the ocean. I brag a lot, but with the wind and come the boasting. I made a lot from them apartments that I sold, and he didn't make it up to college, so them streets where he enrolled in. I know I'm a scholar from the moments that I was exposed in.